is example 2 from our parabolas lesson. So similar directions to that last one we saw, vertex, focus, and directrix, and let's make a quick sketch. So notice again this equation, it's not in standard form. I wrote that below just to have that in front of us. So let's rearrange it, let's put it in standard form, which will be pretty straightforward for this one. All we have to do is take this y minus 2 over to the other side and we'll match standard form. So let's do that. So we have x plus 3 squared equals negative y minus 2. Notice I just subtracted that entire thing over to the other side. I left it in parentheses like that because I want it to look like this format. So now let's go ahead and identify. We have the vertex right now because there's my h, there's my k. So my h is negative 3, my k is 2. So there's the vertex. And in fact, with that information, I can go ahead and start a sketch. I'll just do that here down below. So let's see what we know. Vertex, negative 3, 2. So again, I'll just kind of rough this in, make a quick little sketch. So there's my vertex over at negative 3, 2. Which way is it opening? Let's think about that. Well, my squared part is the x, so x is squared. That means it's up or down. Oh, we have a negative here in front of the y, so that means it's opening downward. So I'm going to go ahead and just sketch that to illustrate. Again, I don't want you to worry too much at this point about how wide or skinny the parabola is. I just want to have these vertex, focus, directrix identified and have you be able to identify which way it's opening correctly is really what I'm after for this lesson. So now let's get that focus and directrix. That's where this number comes in. So we've got a negative 1. So 4p, right, this part in front of our y minus k equals negative 1 in this case. So p is negative 1/4. Well, that negative told us it would be opening downward. We could see that. So the focus is always inside the parabola. So if I go down 1/4, that's not very much. Down 1/4 from negative 3, 2, well, negative 3, my x is the same. And I went from a y value of 2 down 1/4. So that is 1 3/4. That's one way we could say that. Or we could say 1.75, or we could say 7/4. So there's different ways we could do that. And now get our directrix. Well, we would just go up 1/4, so not very much. Notice it's going to make a horizontal line now because our parabola is opening downward. So that's going to be a y equation. So y equals, we were at y equals 2, and so we just went up 1/4. So 2 and 1/4 is fine. We could write it like that. Again, you could do 2.25. You could do 9/4, however you like it. So there are those key components. And again, just a quick sketch is all I want to see.